We're going to go ahead and call this special called meeting by council to order. If the city clerk will do roll call.
Ms. Little, Mr. Ortega.
Here.
Mr. Young.
Here.
Mr. Benj.
Here.
Mr. Jervis. Ms. Green.
Yes, here.
Okay, and then this officially will make Kip's resignation in effect according to the KRS. We got discussion and possibly approval of city attorney or city council attorney.
We did convene a committee to discuss this, and we met a week ago or so. We discussed some terms to be considered for the position. Went into executive session to discuss possible candidates. Came out of executive session, and a motion was made by Ms. Green and seconded by Mr. Ortega to recommend Conrad Cessna to the council. And it was, we took vote, it was unanimous vote. And that's a.
How many RFPs were sent out on this subcommittee?
How many what?
The RFPs,
I don't know what you're talking about.
the request for proposals?
We didn't do it. I was told to talk to potential candidates, which is what I did myself.
Okay.
I talked to 3.
Also, the city would like to put in the record, with Conrad having a large criminal law practice here in the city, would there be any conflicts between him and the city police, considering that he would be representing council and maybe defendants on the city police?
We should ask him that.
Yeah, I can address that. I sought an opinion from the ethics liaison, because I saw that potential does exist, and I wanted to make sure before accepting anything that was offered to me that would not be a conflict, and I was advised by her that it was not.
Okay.
Was that on the hotline?
No, I'm sorry, that was through Amanda Hill, who's the local liaison.
Yeah. Is it written?
It is, and I can provide that.
Okay. Did she say it was or was not a conflict?
Was not.
To represent criminal defendants who were charged by the city police?
Correct.
Then
It's interesting.
Yeah, and my experience has been to do that, get that from the local liaison, and then, if I don't want the appearance of anything like that to be an issue, if I need to take it a step further, I surely will.
Would it be your intent to continue to represent criminal defendants in cases where the city police are involved,
It would.
despite the appearance of an impropriety?
Well, with all due respect, the appearance of impropriety, that's your term, that's not.
No, that's the bar's term.
No, well, you're saying that there's an appearance of impropriety.
You don't think there is?
I did what I thought was my duty, which was checking with the local person.
the second concern of the city would be, does Conrad, with you having represented city employees at some point, I'm sure as well, have you had any city employees in your practice?
Mayor, right offhand, I can't think. I'm sure I probably have. I mean, whether it be in a divorce or a custody proceeding, or I would assume that at some point I have represented city employees. I'm sure.
Would there be a conflict of interest there, considering you could possibly doing ordinances or creating ordinances that will have direct impact on the city employees?
Mayor, that was not a ethical quandary that I considered. The one that I considered was the one that Mr. or I guess that you brought up concerning the city police and my criminal practice. Again, I don't know what city employees that I have represented in the past, just right off the top of my head. So that's something I would have to get back to you on.
Okay. And is there a written contract, counsel?
Yes.
What was the price of this attorney
The price
per
of-
hour?
per hour, 150.
Who drafted the contract?
We,
You
We-
did?
yes,
So you're going to get back with us on the conflicts that you're possibly going to be writing ordinances that will have impacts of clients that you've had in the city.
Well, first I'll check and see what city employees I've represented in the past. But yes, I'll obviously look into that.
Okay.
Quite frankly, that wasn't a conflict that I considered. The only one, like I said, the only one I considered was the one
Right.
concerning the city employees.
That's all the questions the city has.
okay. You want to give the contract, the copies to the other council people to look over?
Yeah, I mean, I brought a copy for everyone, the mayor, Mr. Bryce. and
Okay,
everyone.
yes. Here, I've got this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One, two.
Thank you.
Stacy, you said that you had considered 3 candidates. Did you interview 3 candidates?
I talked to them. You could call it an interview, just to see if they'd have any interest.
Well, I was wondering if the subcommittee did.
I was told to interview people just to have somebody in mind myself. And yes, we did.
The subcommittee did.
I called one.
Yeah.
They said no.
I know those two did. I did not.
I don't know if I specifically went through all 3 or not in executive session. I don't remember.
Do you have the minutes of that meeting you're following with
Not
the
yet.
clerk?
We've not approved them yet.
Mr. Cessna, so you do understand that you have to keep up with all KLC training, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do you, Conrad, anticipate a duplication of services between what I do for the city and what you will be doing for the council?
I wasn't anticipating that. You know, my view has always been, I mean, you're the city attorney, and that's a clearly defined role that you have, and you know, I had no intentions of doing your job as city attorney. That's your title. My understanding of my representation was to represent the council, to review things for the council, advise them as they saw fit. And yes, so as far as checking your work or duplicating the things that you're already doing, no, I was not anticipating that at all. Unless you wanted me to.
If everybody's had time to read it, I make a motion that we hire Conrad Cessna to be our city attorney effective immediately.
It would not be city attorney.
No.
Kelly.
Well, not city attorney, I'm sorry, city council attorney.
If the conflict, though, he's gonna check on this last conflict, if it comes back as a conflict, what is the subcommittee plan on, or the council plan on doing then?
We will, if he thinks it's a conflict, then we will look further.
And I can, again, that wasn't something that I anticipated being and it's a viable question and concern. I will get authority on that to support, or, if they tell me I can't do it, I guess I can't do it, they'll be back to square one. I don't anticipate that, but I'll obviously have authority that ensures that it's within the ethical standards that are set forth.
Who do you have to ask for that?
Well, there's an
The same
ethics-
person that
There's
you-
an ethics hotline, for lack of a better term.
Okay. You second it?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll second.
Do your real call.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Bench?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Okay, that, need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Bench?
Yes.
Mrs. Green?
Yes. And we'll need to, do we need to get that contract signed? I know there's signature lines on the back of that for Mr. Cessna.
Which one do you want? You want just one of them signed? You want to sign yours?
Yes, mine's an original.
Go ahead.